What's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over the Line in the Sand linear fusion rifle from the Mars Obelisk and then also Sundial. And this one can come with a really good roll and a new perk to linear fusion rifles, firing line, which was on snipers before, and also rapid hit. So it has a pretty good solid god roll on it. First thing I want to look at on this weapon is the middle tree perks and what battery you should be using. So we're going to be looking at ionized battery, which is a 6 mag, then also the other two coils, which are accelerated coil, which will be a faster charge time but decrease impact, then also liquid coils, which will be the exact opposite, increase impact but decrease charge time. So first, looking at the normal one, which is just going to be the mag increase, it's going to hit 26,013. Now looking at liquid coils, which should increase the impact damage but reduce the charge time. Looking at what that hits on Greg, it's going to hit 26,800, so a little bit more. Now with accelerated coils doing the exact opposite, the impact damage should go down. Now hitting 25,224. So liquid coil took the impact up by 3% and accelerated coils decreased the impact by 3%. So far they're the exact opposite. Now look at the rate of fire of the different options. First, the base shooting on 5 shots takes 4.733 seconds. Now with liquid coils, it should be a little bit slower. Now taking 4.883 seconds. Now finally with accelerated coils, it should be the quickest. As you'll see right here, shooting on 5 shots one more time at 4.549 seconds. So this time liquid coils took 3.17% longer, while accelerated coils was 3.89% quicker, which means for DPS, accelerated coil will actually be the best at 27,725. Then liquid coils is actually a little bit under the base DPS of this weapon, so it's actually the worst option. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, this weapon also comes with firing line, which will increase the weapon's precision damage when near 2 allies or more. So looking at the base damage one more time on Greg, it hits 26,013. Now with firing line with 2 allies nearby, it hits 32,482, which is going to be a 24.87% increase, so just under 25%. Also, this weapon can roll with rapid hit, which will increase the DPS over several magazines, and also help with stability if you're on controller or something like that. So finally, looking at the DPS of firing line on this weapon, shooting off 2 magazines, 5 shots with a quick reload of rapid hit, then 5 more, as you see right here. It's actually not too bad, taking right at 10.63 seconds, which means the DPS of this weapon with firing line is going to be 30,551, which actually isn't too bad, but not necessarily too great. And this weapon can hold 17 ammo with no reserved perks, which means 552,000 total damage, which once again is actually not too bad at all. But these numbers are looking pretty similar to something else in the game, and that is special snipers with firing line on them, such as the Soul Survivor. Then also the Tranquility, which is in the kinetic slot, as you see right here. And if we break down some of the numbers on Tranquility, it hits 23,968 on Greg. Now looking at the rate of fire of the sniper, it has field prep on it, shooting off 2 magazines, which will be 14 total shots. And as you saw, these snipers do a lot less damage per shot than the linear fusion, but they shoot a lot quicker at 9.732 seconds, meaning the DPS over 2 magazines with this sniper is 34,479, which is a little bit higher than that of the linear fusion rifle, and the total damage output of this sniper is a little bit higher also at 575,000 total damage, so it's better in both categories for DPS and total damage output compared to the linear fusion rifle with firing line. And while we're making this video, we'll look at the Crucible Ritual weapon, which has box breathing on it. Also, this weapon has a really good charge time with its masterwork. Looking at Greg, the damage is 24,435. Then with box breathing, it's 32,496, which is actually going to be a 33% increase, which is higher than that of firing line. And like mentioned, this weapon has a really good charge time by default, but if you're using box breathing, it's kind of pointless because of the fact you have to wait for box breathing every single time. And one thing that's interesting about box breathing on linear fusion rifles is that you can kind of predict when box breathing will proc, and you can start pre-charging it beforehand, and the better you get at it, the better your DPS will be with box breathing. But no matter how good you get, it's still going to be lower than just the base DPS of the weapon, just like on sniper rifles. So I don't want to necessarily just tear apart linear fusion rifles in this video, because honestly they're not terrible. Doing roughly 30,000 DPS and over 500,000 total damage output isn't bad. It's just that there's so many better options in the heavy slot. For example, grenade launchers are way better for DPS, and if you need a precision hitting weapon in your power slot for whatever boss you're fighting, there's always Whisper the Worm, Darcy, Sleeper, whatever you want. All those are going to be better than this. Or you could just use the sniper rifle, which is going to have better DPS and damage output than linear fusion rifles, and they only take special ammo compared to heavy, and you can pair them with Anarchy. So overall, sniper rifles are just better than linear fusion rifles, and that shouldn't be how it is, because the fact that linear fusion rifles are heavy weapons, and they should be a little bit more powerful. And that is pretty much my biggest issue with these type of weapons. They should be a little bit better than sniper rifles, but they simply are not. If linear fusion rifles were in the special slot and their damage was the exact same as they are right now, it would make a lot of sense, but if they want to remain in the power slot, they definitely need a damage increase even more than they already got. And honestly, that's just my opinion. If you love linear fusion rifles, please go ahead and use them. And like I said, I didn't want to necessarily tear them apart in this video because they're actually not too bad. It's just that they're not necessarily better than the other options. So should you farm out this role of rapid hit firing line? I'd say yeah, it's definitely a very solid weapon. It feels pretty good to use. It pretty much just feels like a sniper rifle in the power slot. And who knows what the meta will be in the future, so definitely go out and grab one of these just in case they get some crazy buff in the future and are really good. Anyways, let me know what you think about linear fusion rifles in general right now in Destiny 2. Do you like this one or the Crucible one? Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.